With the release of another Dexter spinoff, there's just something I gotta talk about that's been driving me crazy lately, and that's just how milked some of these TV franchises have become. I'm talking about the franchises that just won't stop releasing prequels, spin-offs, sequels, and just really trying to squeeze every last drop out of their universe. And don't get me wrong, some of them do it well, and I really enjoy all the spin-offs, but most of them, they're just terrible money grabs. Let's start on a positive note. I actually think Game of Thrones is one of the best examples of a franchise that understands how to expand its universe in a good and satisfying way. With Game of Thrones, they did something that most franchises just fail to do, and that's shifting the focus away from the main characters of that first show. Like with House of the Dragon, you dive deep into a different time period with different characters showing us a different angle of this world that we've never seen before. And I think this is a perfect example of a well done spin-off. I mean, it still feels like Westeros and we're in the same universe, but it's not rehashing the same stories over and over with the same characters. Now let's talk about the franchises that just don't do it well. And of course, I gotta start with Dexter. This franchise just refuses to move on from Dexter Morgan. And look, I get it. He's the main character. There's not much you can do with a spinoff that's not about Dexter. But maybe that's the point. Maybe he doesn't need a million spinoffs. I mean, they just keep rebooting the same concept, building shows around the same character, even going as far as to completely retcon the ending of the original show. It really just feels like they're trying to chase the magic of those early seasons of the original show without even trying to create something new or interesting in this universe that they created. It's so lazy and really annoying. But in my opinion, the biggest offender of this, and this might be controversial, is Star Wars. I mean, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Star Wars. I'm currently watching Revenge of the Sith. But God, they have milked this franchise like no other. And to me, the most frustrating part is that this could easily be the most successful TV franchise in history if they just strayed a little away from the Skywalker saga. I mean, just look at this. They have this entire galaxy that's full of fascinating planets, aliens, and new political systems, but for some reason, they refuse to stray away from anything that's not connected to Anakin, Luke, or a handful of characters. And it's not like these shows wouldn't succeed. I think a really good example of a show that strayed away from the original timeline is Rebels, and it actually did really well. That show gave us new characters, explored a new era, and really carved out its own original story while still fitting within the larger universe. And I think Andor is another great example of this. I mean, it still really connects to the larger story and the movie storyline, but it explores new characters in places we've never seen before, and I absolutely love that. But shows like Obi-Wan and Boba Fett, those are just rinse and repeat. And man, I would have loved to see great shows around these characters, but somehow they just are incapable of doing that. I don't know about you guys, but I personally don't want to keep watching the same story told over and over just from a different point of view. That is so boring and honestly just lazy. So yeah, some franchises are really figuring out how to expand their universe while still making the shows feel fresh and original, while others are just stuck recycling the same material over and over again. So what do you guys think is the most milked TV franchise of all time?